If Meghan Markle is unsafe in the UK, it is because of her vile and hateful actions through word and deed in particular since moving back to the States, relentlessly attacking the royal family, focusing her toxic energies on attacking Catherine.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Right now, we're tackling a contentious issue. Meghan Markle's safety in the UK, or the lack thereof. Joining me is Lady Freya. Freya, Harry has claimed that the UK was no longer safe for Meghan, resulting in their leaving and their inability to return to the UK. How do you view these allegations?
Hello everyone! To be frank, while safety concerns should always be taken seriously, Harry seems to be somewhat exaggerating the narrative that the UK was entirely unsafe for Meghan. By alleging that the UK was unsafe, Harry appears to be crafting a cunning justification for their move abroad, one that seeks to manipulate international sympathy and support. This strategy is not merely about safety, it's a calculated attempt to recast their departure as an urgent flight from a supposedly hostile environment. The royal family and the UK government have extensive security measures that are quite capable of protecting senior royals and their families. It's crucial to scrutinize the broader motives behind Harry and Meghan's public narrative regarding their relationship with the media and the British populace, intentions, and the potential damage to the royal families and the UK's reputations.
So, you're suggesting that Harry might be using this as a pretext? Isn't that quite a serious accusation against his own country?
Absolutely. It is a serious accusation, and it's not one to make lightly. By stating that Meghan was not safe, Harry is not only critiquing the media or public reactions, but also implicitly criticizing the security apparatus that protects the royal family. It's almost as if he's saying that the system itself is flawed or biased, which is a very strong indictment.
That's a powerful strategy if it sways public opinion. But doesn't this also put a strain on the relations between the Sussexes and the royal family?
Absolutely, and the implications are deeply alarming. Harry's declarations are not mere comments. They are incendiary bombs, exploding with far-reaching consequences. By demonizing the British press and, by extension, casting the British public and institutions as villains, Harry is engaging in a dangerous game. He's not just distancing himself and Meghan from the establishment. He's actively turning them into adversaries of the state. This reckless narrative seeds deep divisions, not only jeopardizing their own connections within the royal family, but also threatening to sever the historic ties that bind the monarchy to the people of Britain. It's a betrayal that strains diplomatic relations and could irreparably damage the fabric of the nation.
Besides, that was an excuse for them to leave in the first place, and so Meghan wouldn't have to return to the UK. Aside from that, do you think Meghan is actually unsafe?
I think the only thing she is unsafe from are booze and perhaps a rotten tomato. If Meghan Markle is unsafe in the UK, it is because of her vile and hateful actions through word and deed in particular since moving back to the States, relentlessly attacking the royal family, focusing her toxic energies on attacking Catherine, the Princess of Wales, via social media, using her followers most who are uneducated, poor but delirious in their hatred for a future queen. They are known as the Sussex Squad. Via Omid Scobie in his book Endgame, it was somehow written in the Dutch edition that King Charles and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, are racist. These written words can only come from one source and one source alone: Meghan Markle. Meghan, due to her unpopularity globally, is desperate to portray a victim narrative, which she has pursued since she left the royal family. This was a means to gain support from the public whilst trashing the royal family. Bearing in mind that she is not, neither has Harry backed up any of their claims with evidence. Moreover, given Meghan's attacks on the royal family via her sources, one of the main sources is no other than Harry himself. Given their propensity to lie unashamedly, of which their lies have been proven to be so, why on earth would one believe what Harry suggests about his wife's safety in the UK? Harry is lying as usual because she is not a victim. She is, however, a perpetrator along with Harry. The attacks continue unabatedly. Ms. Markle even has to do a faux lunchtime date, calling the P-apes to try to overshadow the Prince and Princess of Wales child's birthday, George, who recently turned 11 years old. This leads me to ask two things. Is this a victim of the royal family, or is it a perpetrator? Meghan has been a perpetrator towards the royal family from the beginning, and there is plenty of public evidence to support this fact. However, there is not a shred of evidence that she would be unsafe in the UK. But what is evident is that the UK public does not want her here. So how can she feel unsafe if she isn't even wanted on UK soil, especially as she accused the royal family and the UK of being racist? Why would she want to be in such a country? Meghan Markle's victimhood is way past its sell-by date, when it is clearly obvious that she is the perpetrator and has made the royal family the victims of her vile, lying bullying attacks enabled by her husband, Harry. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if she hasn't been banned from entering UK soil, as she has been very public towards her hatred for the royal family, in particular Catherine. And it is on this basis alone that I can't see MI5-6 tolerating such a divisive, mentally unstable individual entering the UK soil, not now, or in the future. In my opinion, Harry is likely to be suggesting Meghan is unsafe as a weak excuse to hide the fact that there are no children in their care, and the likelihood that she has been banned from entering the UK is more than just a possibility.
Well said. I even doubt if Meghan has been banned from entering the UK by anybody. I suspect that she doesn't want to have to face Camilla or Catherine, as she would have to curtsy to them. Also, she could have rotten tomatoes thrown at her, which would mean that she can't return the borrowed dresses.
It's clear that all they are doing is paying the price for their decisions. If they were staying with King Charles, they'd be under the umbrella of the Royal Protection Squad, and they'd be safer than anyone else in the country. They'd literally be as safe as the king. They're just chatting and whining as per usual. Too bored.
Continuing with the story, speaking of the royal family, how might they be dealing with these allegations internally?
The royal family's time-honored tradition of addressing matters discreetly and maintaining a public facade of unity is being torn apart by Harry's outrageous claims. Behind the royal curtains, these accusations undoubtedly ignite fierce concern and heated debates, disrupting the very core of the palace's crisis management strategies. Harry's flagrant public outbursts force a reluctant and unnecessary re-evaluation of the monarchy's approaches to security, privacy, and public relations. It's a reckless challenge to the institution, thrusting the entire royal establishment into a storm of scandal and scrutiny that could have been avoided. Harry's actions are not just irresponsible, they're a direct affront to the royal protocols that have preserved the monarchy's dignity for centuries.
And internationally, how do these claims affect the perception of the royal family globally?
Internationally, Harry's claims are not just controversial, they are dangerously polarizing. While some might naively applaud Harry and Meghan as progressive reformers challenging an archaic system, many others rightfully see through this charade, recognizing these accusations as nothing more than a self-serving vendetta. This manipulative narrative threatens to fracture the global image of the royal family, undermining an institution that has been a bedrock of British identity for centuries. Such divisive tactics could disastrously weaken the monarchy's esteemed standing worldwide, eroding the soft power and influence that Britain has meticulously cultivated. Harry's reckless disregard for these consequences is not just disappointing. It is a calculated betrayal of his heritage and duties.
So looking ahead, how do you see this situation evolving? Can there be a reconciliation or a return to normalcy for Harry and Meghan with the royal family?
It's frankly unrealistic to expect any reconciliation or return to normalcy for Harry and Meghan with the royal family under the current circumstances. The public and the monarchy are rightly outraged by their continuous public attacks and baseless accusations against an institution deeply revered across the nation and beyond. Harry and Meghan's actions have not just burned bridges, they've dynamited them in full view of a global audience. Their calculated narrative and controversial actions have sown seeds of discord and distrust that are too deep to simply be forgotten or forgiven. The idea of a smooth reintegration into royal life is not only implausible, it's completely unacceptable by royal and public standards. The damage to familial and institutional relationships has been severe, and the repercussions of their actions will resonate far beyond their immediate effects. They've chosen their path, and unfortunately, it leads away from the unity and respect that the royal family upholds.
So what has the royal family actually done to address these issues and continue to stabilize and regain credibility?
In response to the controversies surrounding Harry and Meghan Markle, the royal family has adopted a multifaceted strategy to stabilize and enhance their public image, ensuring the monarchy remains a revered institution. Central to their approach is maintaining public decorum through the policy of never complain, never explain, which helps preserve the dignity of the monarchy by avoiding engagement in public disputes. To counteract negative perceptions, the royal family has increased its focus on fulfilling royal duties and supporting charitable causes. This shift not only highlights the positive impacts of the monarchy, but also reinforces its relevance and benevolence in contemporary society. Additionally, they have embraced a more proactive media strategy, balancing traditional reserve with modern engagement techniques. This includes sharing positive stories and achievements more openly, particularly through digital and social media platforms, to reach a broader audience. Legal measures have also been taken to protect their privacy and integrity, addressing invasive media practices and false narratives through the courts when necessary. Moreover, the monarchy has improved transparency regarding its operations and finances, aligning with modern expectations of public figures and institutions. Younger royals, particularly Prince William and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, have been instrumental in modernizing the monarchy's image. They actively engage with younger demographics and address current issues such as mental health and environmental conservation, enhancing the monarchy's connection to contemporary values and concerns. Through these strategic efforts, the royal family not only aims to manage the fallout from Harry and Meghan Markle's departure, but also to cement their status as a pivotal and respected element of British national identity and global influence. This comprehensive approach ensures that the monarchy adapts while maintaining its traditional core, proving its enduring relevance and value in a changing world.
Yes, that's why I always respect and trust the royal family. Thank you for sharing. Wish you a good day. Thank you to the audience for watching our videos. Please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Especially, I always appreciate and wait for your thoughts in the comments section. Now, goodbye and see you again.
Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you again.